Hey, this is the boat doctor. Down here at the bay, it is clearing up. You got little clouds over here. Fishing's still good. They're fishing on over by the Ford plant, but on the south side, shallows, probably 25 feet of water. Still catching a lot of snook. Anyway, what you got out here is a 2023 200 Sportsman hewescraft. You got a ton of room in this boat. You got your anchor guard here so you don't chip up your paint. They did the welds right in here so you don't get corrosion buildup. They use a vinyl so you don't have to worry about that rust. Shallow deck, which is good. Large drain holes right here for your deck, so if you do take water, half the time it's gone, by the time you can see back through the window again. You got your nice window that you can flop open, but up there where that flap is, there's a zipper you zip, and you can unzip it and flop the window on this window stop here without having to unsnap, which is a neat deal. Same thing here, you can zip this, snap it here, and you got a wing window without unsnapping or pulling your bumper. Spare tire carrier, swing tongue. You got a 2-inch ball. You got the cables, which are good. Check for cracks, of course. If they are, replace them. Keel roller. The boat is not meant to run on that keel. And if you look at that drain, there's for the fish box. That one right there is for this. 2-inch ball, round 7, no trailer brakes. Chine guide. Better than the wood ones. They don't scrape your boat. This one's on the chine instead. Gear bath oil hubs. That color, keep an eye on it. I like to see it browner than that, but that could be the color of that lens cap too. More of an amber color. Green caps normally mean nitrous filled, but these are, you can just run regular air through that. And the radial tires, and they're 215/75 R14s. Good paint or vinyl, I think. Yep, vinyl. Downrigger brackets, T99 tiller handle with power trim. Spray this down with Corrosion X. Spray your inside down of the motors with Corrosion X. Snaps, Corrosion X. Put in 25 gallons of Supreme. And they did this horseshoe, so if it does leak out, it's going to go on your aluminum instead of on your vinyl. You got your zinc. Bars are better, and then the welded ones are better yet, but then you got to re-weld them. I'm using my drain plug, 11x7 here. You got a 13x15 here with a 115. So we might have to prop up on this. I think he's dropping the diameter. He needs to stick with a 14 diameter, but we'll see. Stainless gear case, drive shaft. You got 2 coats of clear, 2 coats of primer. You got internal zincs, external zincs. These are true saltwater protected motors. Your P-tubes right there, your shifters right there, your safety lanyards there. You got a friction knob that's down there. You got your tension for your throttle there. You got your flush there, freshwater flush. You got them on both motors. Now make sure, if this was off, say, and you ran the whole day and you seen water coming out and it didn't do anything, you know, so just to put it back on. Sometimes when they detail them, or flush them out, they forget to tighten these back up again. Hand tight these too, don't tighten them real tight. But you just take a hose, hook it to that, make sure the motor, so you can have the motor trimmed up if you like. It's made for mooring. Turn on the water, just let it go, do not start the motor. And here's your flushers here, so if you put the flushers here, you want to turn the water, start the motor, then when you stop it, you want to stop the motor, then turn the water off. Okay, and even if you use that one, I'd say once a month, twice a month, still flush it that way, once or twice a month. Okay, and you got a pretty flat degree here. You're looking probably a 12 degree. It's a 2023. Anchor lights here. Chine, that could have been shoved that way a little bit. Again, that's probably the lens cap, why that's brown. Heavy duty solid aluminum rub rail. Good cleats. The wash down hose I couldn't find. You got a single battery with a switch up underneath. I'll show you that. And you can step where it's perforated. And then every once in a while, that Corrosion X again, spray it on this. Don't you put grease on that. That's the worst thing you can do, is Corrosion X will make it steer like an ice cube. And then this, of course, if it's up here, no water's going to come out. Here's the on switch, and put the cap on, because if this is open, that's off. Water's going to shoot in here. So that's what that's for. And then you come back here. And of course, you can lift that up. You don't really need a tie bar. You got an automatic bilge pump, so that's your seacock valve. It's open now for water to come in for your wash down. If you don't want water to come in, you got a water leak, you just turn that handle up. And there's your Yamaha 10 micron water separator. And I'm gonna pump that. I can hear the gas going up in here. So yeah, so they must have filled this up with fuel. So when you change that, make sure you fill that up with fuel. It'll make it a lot easier to prime. So I'm just gonna do that. There you go. And then to check these, you can push right down here when the battery's off and just hold that. If that kicks on, that's telling you that the auto part works. Your battery switch is right back here. Change this once a year. Stick with the Yamaha. And there's the primer bulb there. So we better make sure that arrow. And it seems like it's, I'm gonna check that real quick. And there's your friction for this. You got a little light up into here. If it's red when it's running, you got an issue, check the water. Make sure you have oil, or you'll also get a buzzer that comes off as well. That's pretty hard. So I'm gonna take this out. Yeah, I had plenty of gas. Whoa, there we go. So I'm gonna check this. It's probably okay, but it didn't feel right to me, but we'll see. Trim that up. And they made that little door so that pops up too. You have your bench seats. Nothing's under there. And then you gotta push this right here. There's a little, to get this up. Everybody asks that, grab handles. And this is where you unzip this, and it folds back. This part goes onto that, and it makes a little wing window. And this one I'm saying here, you unzip this, undo this. You can open up your window instead of unsnapping it. Storage under there, cup holder here. Turn the key on, give you about 3/4 of the tank. Nav lights work, wipers work, bilge pump works. Live well you don't have, courtesy lights you don't have, warning you got, hours, and then this is just a regular tack. So you either show hours or don't show hours. Okay, turn the key off. Now let's go to the water and see, and look at the room you got. You can put 6 people in here and look at the deck area. Now, as far as the backdrop, it has one. I don't know where it's at, and we need a wash down hose. All right, Boat Doctor out. 200 Sportsman 2023.